Welcome all to this segment of Good Morning Grenada. How are we doing this morning? Hope you had a wonderful night, alright? And that you're up and ready to face the challenges of this brand new day. Yeah. Good morning to the security officers who are just heading home from doing what we call the graveyard shift, yeah? As a matter of fact, all those of you who were on the graveyard shift last night, wherever you are employed, you're a police officer, good morning to you. You're a medical practitioner, good morning to you. Hope you're doing fine. Yeah. Remember, fear, two meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. You choose. Do not allow fear to stop you in your tracks, alright? You've got something to do but you're afraid? Nothing wrong with doing it afraid. What is most important is that you do it. Yeah. Good morning, Pastor Laurie and family. How are you doing? Unfortunately, couldn't make it last night, but I know the midweek service was a bomb. Yeah, the word was taught. Good morning to the congregation. Good morning, Sister Blackett. How are you doing? Good morning to your family. Good morning to your brother, Pastor Blackett. Good morning to you. Pastor Crow, good morning. Yeah, how are you doing? Pastor Gilbert at the Beaton New Testament Church of God. Bishop Fletcher, how are you doing? Good morning. How are you doing and the entire family? Nicole, Jason, Jada, Nixon, Nilon, Nila, Caleb, good morning. How do you do? My good friend, pastor that lives on in Las Vegas. What's his name again? He drives 630. Not good with names, man. All right, Mary Ebang says good morning. Good morning, Mary. Monica Meros Williams says good morning from Miami. Wow, good morning. You're up with us. That's nice. I know Kathy and Adams and her family. They're up with us as well. Kenneth Solange Zuri. Good morning. Yeah. To all the folks inside of Brooklyn, New York, good morning to you. Good morning to those of you in England, the UK, and those of you in Jamaica. Yeah. Roger, go back day. Good morning. I ain't trust you, boy. All right, hope you're doing fine. You and the family. Folks, it's 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Something good is going to happen to you today. Just believe that, all right? Something good is going to... That problem that you were facing, today is its expiration date, all right? Yeah, good morning to the Ranger family out there in Pearls. Good morning, good morning. Kotai, good morning. Yeah, the entire Ranger family. Good morning, my good friend Arthur Reno and family. How you doing, sir? We're not hearing these days. What's going on? All right, Yolan Swan says a blessed and productive morning to you, Mr. Joseph. Good morning to one and all, especially my family from Upper St. John's. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Ali Mathura. Hey, Ali, today's your birthday, boy? Hey, what? Where's the party at? I love fruitcakes, all right? Arthur Langine says, happy Thursday, my brother. Are you good? Yeah. Tell Miss Jeremiah, morning for you. Okay. Catherine Phillips says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Good morning, Catherine. How are you? Alstead John and family, good morning. Yep. Ann Williams, cousin Ann, how you do? The entire home circle, the entire family, good morning. Miss Lyra, good morning. Yeah, she was like a mother to me, eh? That was, she's always like that whenever we meet. She knows me since I was like this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to the folks inside of Pearls, man. Moya, good morning. Miss Lydris, good morning to you. Out there in Moya and Muzzy. Yeah. All right, it's 23 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's get with the program. This morning I do have a guest. Pastor Happy is going to be with me this morning as they launch their brand new building, the new church building out there in Monjalou. So we're going to talk about that celebration. Good morning, Pastor Happy. Good morning, Miss Catherine Peters. How are you doing? Good morning to the folks at the Hot Spot. Yeah, go and check them out, all right? Nice. Best bargains, best deals. Good morning to Miss Cadet and the folks at Norris James. How are you doing? Mr. John, how are you doing? Everything is fine, right? Nice. Okay, so it's time for the word of the day. And the word of the day today is an adjective. It describes something or someone. All right, and that word today, it's a technical word. It's woebegone. Woebegone. W-O-E-B-E-G-O-N-E. Woebegone. Now, woebegone describes someone or something that feels or shows great woe, sorrow, or misery. Yeah, describes someone as something that feels or shows great woe, sorrow, or misery. W-O-E-B-E-G-O-N-E. Woebegone. Woebegone. Nice word. I like that word. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence or two. All right, the team never looked more woebegone than it did heading back to the locker room after losing the championship to their rivals by a single run. Yeah, that will be a heartbreaking thing, heart-wrenching. Yeah. We can also say that despite its woebegone appearance, the old mill town has a strong community and a vibrant arts scene. Yeah. Corinth, good morning. Syracuse, Kelisha and family out there in the Mohai. Good morning to my lawyer friend up there. Good morning to the McQueens. Good morning to the Josephs. Good morning to surrounding areas. The Taylor family. Good morning. How do you do? Yeah, the visiting friends from New York are always locked on. Yeah, she said when you hear certain people calling and trying to diss you, I'll be so angry. Innocent, if you're wrong, you're right still for me. You think it's easy to take it easy? Good morning to Louis and Jig. Morris, good morning to the entire home circle. The folks inside of Coles Gap, good morning. Yep. Appleton, good morning to you too. All right, so Nadisha, here's your thing, right? Good morning to Nadisha, the folks in Cafe, Croshu, Latante, Pomrose, Bacolet and surrounding areas. Good morning. Good morning, Kitty Cat. Good morning to the Sandersons. Of course, the folks at McQueen's service station. All right, the thought of the day. Hustle in silence and let your success make the noise. Yeah, some people too braggadocious, you know. They like to boast. I was like that at one point. Well, not necessarily boasting. I just talk too much, you know. But I've learned that lesson, you know. You don't talk too much. You do your hustle in silence, plant in silence, and when you're reaping, it will make the noise. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, the world today is a dangerous place. You tell someone that you consider to be your best friend, you tell them what your plans are, and oops, they do what they kind of, them kind of ting, you know what I'm saying? And upset your plans. Good morning, Fupi, Thomas Fupi Moraine. How you doing, Papi? How your foot? He likes to say that. Michael Hutchinson and family, good morning, bro. How are you doing? Also, Cecil Cadet. Good morning, my friend Andrea. How do you do? Yeah, I can't remember all them names, man. Just morning to all of you, all right? Nice. So buzzing this morning, of course, I have to remind you that the hunting season for the Manikou, Tattoo, Ramie, Iguana, and Monkey, well, it was open on the 1st of October and will close on the 31st of December. All right, so please be guided accordingly. Ensure, I like to remind you, ensure that you seek the requisite permission from someone before you go on the property hunting, because you might just become the hunted. All right. Okay, the police has this bulletin out, this press release out. Police is seeking the assistance of the general public in locating Randy Emmanuel Patrick Ash, alias Power. He is 45 years old, a construction worker of St. Paul's in St. George. He is 5 feet 5 inches in height, medium built, dark in complexion with brown eyes and black hair. Mr. Ash is wanted by the police for questioning in connection with the offense of housebreaking and stealing and attempted rape. Now, anyone seeing Randy Ash or has any information about his whereabouts is kindly asked to contact the CID St. George at 440-3921, at the St. Paul's Police Station at 440-3224, emergency at 911, the police hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. Now, this suspect may be armed and dangerous and should be approached with caution. All right? Good. So if you know where Randy is, as a matter of fact, Randy, just walk in now. Do no evil, fear no evil. You understand? Go and redeem yourself. All right. So Nawasa has this one out. Water supply interruption today, November 16th. Mamacan water treatment plant. That is due to system maintenance, and that interruption will be from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. All right? Nice. Buzzing also, the government responds to the opposition, the change of finance committee meeting, and that's a bit, behind our backs. Youth Parliament discusses the use of marijuana or ganja or cannabis. Yeah, I'm not hearing that big buzz about it anymore. Police seem to be still arresting people for, the little marijuana and thing. But until such time as it is, passed in law, you still have to, conduct yourself in a proper manner. All right? Okay, Magdalene Andrews says, good morning to all. Blessings. Jennifer Lawrence, good morning, innocent viewers, listeners, sending love from New York. Only love you're sending, girl. Send something else. Send a snow ice, a peanut butter snow ice. All right? Email it for me. Sylvina Charles, good morning, innocent. Have an enjoyable day, everyone. Stay safe. Innocent officials. Innocent office looks like Christmas. Oh, okay. My office look like Christmas. Yeah, thanks to my decorator. I've got a wonderful lady who does the decoration of the set, Theo Duncan says good morning, and he says the world is not dangerous. It's the people that is dangerous. Well, we that make up the world. Remember the song, We Are the World, We Are the Children. All right? Miss Wally. Did I Miss Wally there, boy? Let me see. No, that's not Miss Wally. But, that's Nadisha. Good morning to you. I really love that one. Nice. I'm happy. Good morning, Kitty Cat. How you doing? And Alwyn, good morning to you. All right, a good friend, Miss World, says, don't run ahead of God. Let him direct your steps. He has plans and he has the time. God's clock is never early or late. It is always on time. It always strikes right on time. Good morning. Thank you, Miss Wally. Yeah, He's the on-time God, eh? Yeah, some of us want things to happen now. So that's not how he works, okay? You can't dictate to God when you want things to happen. You could pray for it, and if your prayers are just and everything like that, then yeah, good. Peace be with you. Connect everyone directly to God. The same Holy Spirit who is sustaining our lives currently knows everyone's mind, heart, and everything. So whenever anyone is ready to turn to God and enter into his kingdom, God is ready too. All right, nice. I like this one. Good morning. How you do? Good morning. Could you please help me wish our wonderful son and brother Karel Latouche, who is 10 years old today? We want him to have a fantastic birthday. May God's blessings, favor, and the protective embrace of Jesus Jesus' blood be with him always. Warm greetings from his 3 brothers, Christian, Caleb, and Corey, as well as his mom and dad. I wish I knew who his mom and dad were also. But nonetheless, have a great day, my friend. 10 years that the journey now starts. Finn Batama says, blessed morning, Grenada, and to you, Mr. Joseph. Peace be with everyone. Alison Thomas, watching from Vincennes. Vincennes, good morning. Good morning, Nimi. And while at that, good morning to Big J and everyone else up there. In Providence, good morning, Miss Bola, Don Bola and family. Keem the Bassman, good morning to you also. Folks, we've got to take that break because it's time for us to head on to the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather here. Those of you on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. See you on the flip side of 7.
It's a happier holiday when every wish and dream can come alive for those you love and cherish with a loan from Nexa Credit Union. Just think of the experiences you could share, the surprises you could gift, and the memories you could make with a little extra in your pocket this Christmas. Our Happier Holiday Loan is about the happiness and warmth it can bring because there's no need to worry. Unwrap more than just gifts. Experience heartfelt connections and joyous celebrations with family and friends. Get up to $50,000 for home furnishings, renovations, gifts, and more while enjoying easy repayment terms, affordable interest rates, and quick approvals. So, dream a little bigger and enjoy discounts galore at our favorite partner stores. Make your holidays happier with Nexa. Call us at 440-1354. Visit our website at nexacreditunion.com or email us at loans@nexacreditunion.com. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. December 4th has been set as the date when government presents the 2024 annual estimates of revenue and expenditure. Beverly Telesford reports.
Government has approved the draft estimates of revenue and expenditure for 2024. During the Finance Committee meeting on Monday, the draft was approved with a few tweaks and without the input or presence of the opposition. Dennis Cornwall, Minister for Finance, said with the draft approved, the stage is now set for the presentation of the budget.
The draft estimate of expenditure for 2024 was approved and passed with some minor amendments, and the minutes of the meeting of today's Finance Committee meeting would be reflected as to where the changes were. Every vote, beginning with the Governor General's vote, all the way to the Ministry of Agriculture vote, number 64, was actually gone through and was approved. We also approved the budget for the Integrity Commission, as well as the Ombudsman's budget for 2024. I also want to inform the general public that having done that, it gives us the go-ahead to at least have the budget presented on the 4th of December 2023.
The opposition missing Monday's meeting caused much ado on Monday and Tuesday, with the opposition and government trading accusations about the apparent inability to set a meeting date that is mutually convenient. The Finance Committee meeting was originally scheduled for this Friday, but was brought forward to Monday to facilitate the travel schedule of multiple government members, including Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. In a release, the opposition said government's side insisted on the rescheduled date, despite being informed that opposition members, including the leader of the opposition, will not be available. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Following government's decision to proceed with Monday's meeting of the Finance Committee without the presence of opposition members of Parliament, government's leader of government business has addressed statements by the opposition members regarding the meeting date.
Government and opposition members of parliament are trading accusations about date changes for a meeting of the Finance Committee. Members of His Majesty's opposition were not present at Monday's meeting of the Finance Committee, which was originally scheduled for Friday, November 17th. In a press release issued on Monday, the opposition New National Party said the meeting was belatedly rescheduled without any consultation with opposition parliamentarians. Government has since responded to the NNP's release, saying, according to the NNP release, the original date for the Finance Committee meeting was set for the 17th November. However, it was brought forward to the 13th November to accommodate the travel schedule of multiple government members, including Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell. Deputy Speaker of the House, Clarice Modeste, said she wrote 2 letters to the Leader of Government Business, Philip Telesford, explaining that the opposition is unprepared to engage in the meeting due to the relevant documents not being provided in a timely manner. Telesford confirmed receipt of the first letter, stating that he did hold a discussion with the Deputy Speaker and the Clerk of Parliament on the issue of a possibly revised date.
I received a letter from the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives on November 9th, and the subject of the letter stated request for meeting to discuss change. However, notwithstanding the subject of the letter, the content made absolutely no request or no suggestion for a meeting. There was absolutely nothing there inviting a meeting or any discussion.
The Leader of Government Business accused the opposition of habitually changing every date put forward by government.
I want to say here that nearly every sitting of Parliament, there had been requests for change of dates by the opposition. And it seemed to us that any date that is being put forward will never work for the opposition. We have been very accommodative over the last year and a half or so, making the meeting the respective requests, making the adjustments as requested by the opposition. This time around, I explained to the honorable member that we run a very tight ship leading up to the budget. And as a matter of fact, to the balance of the year 2023. There's really no wiggle room for us. Every single one of us are fully engaged at the government level and at the constituency level. And so we really do not have time.
He accused the opposition of not being truthful, saying government provided all the documentation needed to the opposition.
As far as I know, we share a very cordial relationship with the opposition. We serve notices, I call, we call, we have conversations, and we try to meet each other halfway as far as I know. So that is something I believe we need further explanation on the part of the opposition. So this latest notice was served on the 6th of November. The notice for the meeting, which was held today, speaking of the Finance Committee meeting, was served on the 6th of November. That is 7 clear days prior to today's date.
Christelina John, GBN News.
The opposition New National Party held an impromptu conference on Tuesday in response to the government's press conference on Monday evening. In a statement Tuesday, the opposition party asserted that it has not been like a petulant little child, but rather has exhibited maturity and cooperation in conducting parliamentary business. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Clarice Modeste, refuted any insinuation that the opposition has not been cooperative with the government. She emphasized that the opposition has actively participated in parliamentary sessions and is engaged constructively in discussions.
Cordiality does not mean that you concede and that you walk with, but he has never been, discourteous to me personally when I think, but sometimes he says they cannot do it. And we have not missed one parliament since. Even when they say they cannot change the date or cannot agree to something, we have not been like petulant little children. We have been there. We just feel at this time that it is water more than flour, that too much has happened to disrespect us as members of the opposition, to show the utmost disregard for us, and therefore we had to lend support to the persons who were not able. But more than that, we thought it was time that we went to the public to say, you put us there to serve you, but we are being hindered and hampered on every side when we tried to do that.
Modeste expressed disappointment with the behavior of the government, which she claimed goes against the spirit of Parliament. She urged the government to put aside partisanship and work together in the best interest of the country.
Since we had an agreement about change of date, I felt that if my colleague was really as cordial as he said he is, he would have just called me and say, look, we need to change a date. I thought that could be done. He's not obligated. It is not in the law, as he said. And so with a certain measure of arrogancy, he said it yesterday, we're not obligated to speak. So it means that we here, three of us, and the two virtually are inconsequential. And this contravenes and it violates what the spirit of the parliament is and why we are there as opposition.
2031 will be the start date of repayment on the U.S. $100 million loan Grenada recently obtained from the Saudi Fund for Development. Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall signed the agreement in October 2023 while attending the World Bank International Monetary Fund meeting in Morocco. Cornwall said that the terms and conditions provide for the loan to be repaid in 25 years with a grace period of 7 years. The interest rate will be 1.5%. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell said during a news conference on Monday that this is a concessional interest rate. He said the money is not being channeled through any financial institution in the region, as the loan is a direct agreement between the government of Grenada and the Saudi Fund for Development. The Prime Minister disclosed that funds will be made available directly to the government of Grenada only when a request is made for disbursement or drawdown. In August, members of both the lower and upper houses of Parliament approved a resolution for the government to borrow U.S. $100 million from the Saudi Fund for Development, which will be used to help develop climate-smart infrastructure in the towns of St. George's, Grenville, and other communities in Grenada. The projects include constructing breakwaters, developing hydro and sewage networks, modernizing the waste treatment system, and using remote sensors to monitor air pollution. The Organization of the Eastern Caribbean Commissions has collaborated with the government of Grenada to host a 3-day communication training on geothermal energy, which got underway at the Grenada Trade Center today.
The Organization of the Eastern Caribbean Commission has collaborated with the government of Grenada to host a 3-day communication training on geothermal energy, which got underway at the Grenada Trade Center today. The training is aimed at educating participants on geothermal energy as a sustainable energy to create a better way of life for its citizens. Judith Smith, Program Director at the OECS Commission, explains.
This program is being implemented by the OECS Commission with a technical grant from the Caribbean Development Bank, with the financing provided by the EU CIF, the EU Caribbean Investment Facility, and the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB. The program is designed to be progressive, responsive, and agile, providing an accessible facility that can meet the emerging capacity needs of the beneficiary countries with respect to geothermal energy.
Currently, 8 Caribbean islands are actively pursuing geothermal energy as part of the sustainable energy transition with an aim to create a better way of life for its citizens. Smith spoke of some of the positive impacts of geothermal energy on the region.
This program is being implemented by the OECS Commission with a technical grant from the Caribbean Development Bank with the financing provided by the EU CIF, the EU Caribbean Investment Facility, and the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB. The program is designed to be progressive, responsive, and agile, providing an accessible facility that can meet the emerging capacity needs of the beneficiary countries with respect to geothermal energy.
Heading the geothermal energy exploration in Grenada, Mr. Herbert Samuel spoke of 2 of the 3 phases that need to be completed to implement the use of geothermal energy on the island.
So ultimately, what we're seeking to do is to implement a 15-megawatt geothermal energy power station. But to do that, we have to first of all explore for geothermal, and the exploration phase is split into 2 phases. There's a preliminary surface-based investigation, which requires us to make non-invasive investigations from the surface. The second phase of the investigation, after you've made an assessment of where reservoirs might be, you need to actually drill exploration wells into the reservoirs to confirm that the reservoir has the characteristics that are needed to provide power.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Youth debaters in Grenada turned their attention to the use of marijuana during a special sitting of the National Youth Parliament on Wednesday.
The legalization of marijuana is a long-debated topic in social circles, and on Wednesday, youth parliamentarians representing the various parishes met for a special youth parliament sitting and provided a youthful perspective on the topic. The resolution for this special sitting. And whereas in the state of Grenada, marijuana is a controlled substance under the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act 1992, and whereas in 2024, CARICOM heads of government at their 25th intersessional meeting saw it fit to mandate the establishment of a commission to integrate the use of possible reform to the legal regimes regulating marijuana in CARICOM countries. And whereas young people in Grenada have criminal records because of the recreational use or possession of small quantities of marijuana, and whereas there are well-researched opportunities for the commercial and medicinal use of marijuana by products such as hemp. Be it resolved that the government of Grenada amends the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act to remove marijuana as an illegal substance with set limitations and restrictions. Be it resolved that the government of Grenada undertakes the requisite steps to expunge the records of people who have criminal records because of recreational use of marijuana. Be it resolved that the government of Grenada provides opportunities for research that would aid in the production of cannabis for export and local manufacturing purposes. In her contribution to the youth debate, Prime Minister Abigail Ellis sought to shed light on the positive values of cannabis.
On 2nd, 2020, the UN Commission on Narcotic Drugs took a crucial step by reclassifying cannabis and cannabis resin under an international listing, recognizing its medical value based on the recommendations from the World Health Organization, ECCD. This marked a shift from classifying marijuana as highly harmful to recognizing its potential for medical benefits and challenging previous global categorization. Granted such, we propose the amendment to the Drug Abuse Control Act of 92. 1. Reclassification of cannabis under Section 2. We believe that the definition of cannabis should differentiate between various strains and purposes, considering scientific advancement in understanding the plant's diverse components. Under said section, we believe that an additional clause should be added to acknowledge the evolving regulatory landscape for cannabis, considering global shift towards decriminalization and legalization for medicinal purposes.
The youth Prime Minister highlighted some amendments for consideration.
Against this backdrop, we submit the following amendments for consideration under Section 15. We propose amendments to broaden the scope of removal of license with a specific emphasis on cannabis. We further submit amendment under Section 2 to explicitly include provisions for research and development opportunities, pertaining to cannabis and the plant's medicinal and economic potential.
Leader of His Majesty's opposition in today's youth debate was Amoni Francis.
By lifting the status of illegality of cannabis, we are being oblivious to the many effects of this drug. Cognitive impairments, psychological issues, dependency, as well as occupational and educational disadvantages are all consequences of marijuana consumption. Madam Speaker, do we want our society to be counterproductive? Lazy? Even a baby can understand that it is not unlikely that cannabis consumption will do more harm to our society than good, especially among the youth.
The National Youth Parliament is a platform provided to young people to enhance their knowledge of parliamentary procedures and to give them the opportunity to voice their concerns on topical issues in the country. Christina John, GBN News.
2 Grenadian nationals have been charged with importing about $600,000 worth of cannabis into Bermuda. Kenrick Christopher, 56, and Johnny Alexander, 33, were charged with conspiring to bring the drugs into Bermuda between an unknown date and November the 9th. They were not required to enter a plea to the indictable offenses when they appeared in the magistrate's court. Crown Counsel Paul Wilson told the court that the men, as well as the drugs in question, were found on board a boat in Bermuda's waters last week, and that the matter is still being investigated by police, with others expected to appear in court. Senior Magistrate Maxanne Anderson sent the case to the Supreme Court, where it will be mentioned on January 2nd, 2024. The men have been remanded into custody at Westgate Corrections Prison. Now, activities to mark Dental Health Week have been captured and brought to you through the GBN EyeSaw lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN EyeSaw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
In tonight's GBN EyeSaw, the Dental Department in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs celebrated Dental Health Week from the 6th to the 14th of November 2023 under the theme Oral Health Matters, Act Now. The photographs depict community outreach activities which were held in all parishes within the Tri-Island state. This included oral health services, examination, and sensitization. Dental kits were also distributed to the general public. We thank our citizen journalists for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Black Month is here, and Quartz is having the ultimate trading event of the year. Trade in your old furniture, appliances, electronics, and mattresses for an on-the-spot discount of 30% off the new. Yes, you heard right. From November 1st to 11th, you can trade in your old for a new, and it's easy to take advantage of this offer. First, take a photo or video of your old item. Next, go on down to your nearest Quartz store and purchase your new item. Then, we will deliver. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Save up to 70% off on selected items store-wide. No cash? No problem. With Quartz Ready Finance, you pay $0 down and your first payment isn't due until February 2024. Hurry, because this deal will not last. Shop now, because every day is Black Friday at Quartz. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value forward.
A Touch of Class, presented by Regan Mendez and friends. The music, the magic, a full choir, together with musicians, singers, dancers, and band, presenting a classical treat at the Gateway Center, Point Salim, on November the 19th at 7:30 p.m. A Touch of Class awaits you. Indulge in the classics from Carmen, Phantom of the Opera, and more. A musical evening filled with passion and excitement. A Touch of Class. Tickets are available at Côte de Fête and Grenadian Optical for only $75. A Touch of Class.
Bring out the ham, bring out the lights, share the joy. It's time for Carols by Candlelight, the Rotary Club of Grenada's annual family fundraiser event on Sunday, 3rd December 2023 at Quarantine Point Recreational Park. Featuring 3, yes you heard right, 3 grand concerts with top artists and performers, including appearance from international guest artist Marcia Miranda. See the enchanting Monica Benoit Christmas Park. 1,000 gifts giveaway for the kids. Santa, local and international foods, wine lounge, fully stocked bar and kids lounge, family movies, holiday boutique store, fireworks display, and so much more. Get your tickets now. $10 for children, $45 regular, and more at the door. Tickets are available online at GoToFed.com, Grenadian Optical St. George, and Spiceland Mall, Gittins Drug Mart, or from any Rotarian. Get ready for Carols by Candlelight, Sunday, 3rd December, 4 p.m. until midnight. Follow on Facebook and Instagram for updates.
You want to get an insight into your life? Are you willing to find astrological solutions? Master Shivrudra, the world's best psychic and spiritual healer with competency in other services too. He has guided many people who are going through a situation to find solutions to their problems and use astrological remedies for positivity. He provides services to get your ex-love back, negative energy removal, family problem solutions, health problem, and many more.
He located at Grenada STT, George's. Call him or WhatsApp +1 for 735375939.
Good morning to you viewers and listeners, and welcome to the conversation for today. It's those of you who are just catching up. It's Thursday, it's the 16th day of November, and can you imagine, go forward and think at this time next month what you'll be doing. Everybody will be all in that Christmas mode. As I told you this morning, I'm joined by my good friend Pastor Happy. Good morning, Pastor. How are you doing?
Good morning, I'm doing good.
Yes, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have you by me.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here.
Yes, and we're here to talk primarily on that grand opening of your new facility in Manjalo. So give us some details on that, the date and how that, we were talking before we came on the set, you know, prior to that structure going down there, it was all bush and everything. And my passing around, I thought when I saw there being cleaned up, I said, okay, somebody's putting a garage or something like that there. But that building has transformed the whole environs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so give us a backdrop on how that came about. And
yeah. Well, thanks so much. First, I must really thank you for the opportunity to be here with you in the studio. And also thanks to GBN for always making this a home for us to be able to come in.
Always.
We really appreciate it so much. And I think about, a few years ago when we launched the branch in Grenada, I was right here with you. You know?
I feel honored to be the first person to interview Pastor Happy. I remember the day you came with all your white suit, and I'm like, Wow. So Eric Matthew Gary is back.
Yeah. And you're actually the first person to interview me for the for the official launch and actually grand opening of the Life Transformation Center. So I really appreciate it, and I want to say thank you so much for it. And like the name of the church is Thy Kingdom Come Deliverance Sanctuary, and our motto it's more than a church, it's life transformation. And that's what it's all about for us, that lives are being transformed. And you mentioned transformation, that whole area in Montreal, Marion is transformed,
Yes.
Few years ago, it was just bushes all around. And so when you drive that area now, drive through, and it's transformed. Coming in from Nagna, the whole place changed.
Yes.
And GBN used to be next door,
Yes.
And by the time you get to the corner there where the Ken Mill used to be, it's all transformed. And that's what it is in life. We go from glory to glory, and God is taking us from glory to glory, and we are looking forward to lives being transformed. The building is called the Life Transformation Center. So the Life Transformation Center is a facility that is going to house our sanctuary upstairs, and then downstairs we have a lot of things. We have the children's church downstairs, and we also bringing in a daycare to the community. So right there in Marion, Montreal, I don't think there's any daycare, so people have to travel to town, travel to the neighboring community. So by God's grace, we look forward to bringing that service to the people. And for us, it's never been about the money. Contrary to popular beliefs and talk, which many of them is just fallacies and out of jealousy, because over the years you've known me, a lot of our services have absolutely been free.
Yeah,
but if people want to give donations, that's entirely up to them. So it's not a money-making thing for us. Some people go into ministry to make money, but there's some people that are called by God, not because they want to be in ministry, but God called them, and eventually they surrender to God. And that's how I'm in ministry.
Okay.
So, but it's going to be a transformational center, and really bringing transformation to the people. And we have the daycare, like I was mentioning, the daycare is coming to the community. And we're also going to have rooms for skills training, life skills, So be having people teach different things. We have somebody who volunteered. They're going to be rendering service to be able to teach people architecture. We have people who will be teaching sewing. We have people who are actually going to be teaching different things, IT. We have a guy who's going to be doing coding and different things.
Wow. Okay.
To really be a blessing to the people. And when you come to the other side of the downstairs, we have the sports area. So we have table tennis that will be set up this week, pool board, dominoes, chess, different games. So when you finish work, you want to sweat a little bit, you can come over. And table tennis, you sweat a lot, And then the higher part, we have a gym also coming over there, so people can exercise, not only to lose weight, but you want to keep fit, because your health is your wealth, So no matter how wealthy you are, but if you're not healthy to enjoy it, then it's almost useless,
Definitely.
So we have that facility. A recording studio is also coming. We have a lot of young people who have a lot of talent, and we trust in God to be able to have all these things set up. Some of these things are going to happen immediate. Some of them are going to be, in phases, because you have to bring in equipment and funding and everything. So, but we are on our way, and we're working towards that. We also have Compassion Center. When I thought about, coming here this morning, and I thought about the Compassion Center, I remember, I think it was late last year at GBSS, I went to do a session for the police. They had, I think it was a child abuse month or something like that. And while on the platform, one of the police officers said to me, a pound of flour, a pound of rice, a pound of sugar, that's my story. I'm like, what are you talking about? She said to me that when she moved over to the island, she used to come to the church when we were at Public Workers Union building where we started. And she said she used to come over there and look forward to after service where she's going to get her parcel of flour, rice, sugar, whatever we're giving out, non-perishable goods. And she always look forward to that. So she will take care of herself and her family during the course of the period until she comes back to church.
Wow.
And she said she looked forward to that, and she always share her story with people wherever she goes. And that carried her through. And she said to me today, she's a police officer. She's got 2 vehicles. She got a land, and she's about to start building. But she remembered where she came from. So when she said that to me, just standing there on the platform, my heart melted, because there's some stories that you hear really encourage you. Because I know what it means growing up. When I left home as a little boy, some days, when the cock crew, your heart jumps because you're not sure where you're going to get the next meal. I know what that feels. I know what it feels to work, and the money you just work for is just for a plate of food. So when I hear stories like that, it really melted my heart. And I said to myself, when we move to the Life Transformation Center, we're really going to try our best to make sure we bring in some stuff, maybe in barrels, and buy them wholesale prices and get them so that we can be a blessing to somebody. And of course, we talk to the church members. They're always very generous. And one thing, God has blessed us with a wonderful congregation, people that really love God and really love people and very involved, very active. And you can see that with a Life Transformation Center. Every time you pass, you saw them, they're working and they're active, I gave a man ride going to Monjalo. He asked me, where you going? I said, I'm going to the Old Ken Mill. He asked what you're doing there, church. And I explained to him what we're doing. He said, one thing I can say to you, the members are standing with you. Because every time he passes, he sees people week after week. On Saturdays, the members come out. You have the workmen working in the week, and they come. The members come out on weekends most times. And so we really thank God for them. So I'm back to my story. So the members, we encourage them, when you go and shop, buy a little extra flour, buy a little extra sugar, buy a little extra rice, not just for your family, buy for someone else, so that way we can be a blessing to those in the ministry who really need it, and people in the community. Because sometimes, not because somebody dressed well means they might have lunch for work. Definitely. It's like you drive a nice vehicle. Sometimes I don't even have the money to put diesel in the vehicle. So sometimes you never know where people are. And I said, well, don't be ashamed if after church you have to come and get your parcel to make sure you're able to send the children to school for the week or whatever it is. We're a community, and we have to share. We have to be a blessing.
Now, you're the second minister that I've been speaking with that has this philosophy that, okay, we're preparing people for heaven.
Right.
All right? But we also have them to live on earth.
That's right. And many people, before you get to heaven, remember, you still have a life to live here. And I think this is even a very good theology. Jesus' prayer was not only to prepare you to go to heaven, but he wants heaven to come to you on the earth here. So that while you're here on the earth, you can taste a little bit of heaven. We can find that in Matthew chapter 6, verse 10, and that's the mission statement for our ministry. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, not in heaven, but on earth as it is in heaven. So in heaven, there is no lack. So God wants to bring you to a place where your needs are met. He says, give us this day our daily bread. He wants to give us our daily bread. He wants to provide for us. And sometimes the way God provides for you is to equip you, to empower you, but he also uses people, to be a blessing to you. And my life has been a product of wonderful people that I've met over the years, people that have been encouragement and have been a blessing. And I feel like it's okay to give back, that we should share, we should be kind, and we should be encouragement to other people and just be a blessing to others. And that's what a life transformation is for us. Last Sunday, I ministered at church a pure and a perfect heart, because 2 Chronicles chapter 25 verse 2 speaks about the king Amaziah, that he did what was right in the sight of God, but not with a perfect heart. And I was encouraging the church, yes, we're moving to a fancy place, and you're gonna be there. The place is beautiful. It's not like any shabby thing that we did and just put something together. We wanted to have something beautiful, and Grenadians, the members, they're proud of the building. They're excited about it. Tuesday was our last service at their the athletic stadium, the cricket stadium have been so gracious to us, and the Public Workers Union building. We just want to say thank you so much for all these years of your kindness to us, and they've been really good to us and very kind. And last Tuesday was our last service, and after we finished, we moved the chairs over to the new location, the Life Transformation Center, which is the old King Mill in Montjolo, Marion. And I had to tell the folks, we have to go, because it's almost 10 o'clock. People just feel so relaxed and so beautiful. And it's such a beautiful atmosphere, you know. And when you come, you're going to see it's really nice. On the outside, it's nice. On the inside, it's nice. You know, it's really beautiful.
What's the population of your congregation at the moment?
The population of our congregation right now, we're over 100 for sure, you know. So I'm not one that, you know, sometimes when pastors tell you they have 50 people, when you get here, it might be 10 people. You know, I don't like inflating numbers, so I will give you the minimum, you know.
Right, okay.
But we are a growing congregation, and God is really helping us. God is really blessing the ministry.
So the official launch is when?
It's going to be this Sunday, which is the 19th of November. So that's actually like today's Thursday or Friday, Saturday, so about 3 days to go. So
I can only sense the excitement from you, and I could only imagine what it's like on your members.
Yeah, and that is this is going to be 4 p.m. So it's going to be great. The members are super excited. Everybody's excited because, you know, we've been on this journey for a few years now, 5 to 6 years building, and I must share the testimony behind the building project because God has been gracious to us. When we got the land, the opportunity to purchase the land, it took us 2 years to raise 10% of the down payment, and we had to get our land through our GDB Bank, and the Supreme Court was selling it for them, but the Supreme Court gave us 30 days to come up with 90%. So you do the math. If it took us 2 years to raise 10%, how are you going to come up with 90% in 30 days?
Wow. And you did it.
By the grace of God. We couldn't meet our deadline the 30 days because I had to leave the island to go and do a crusade in St. Vincent, which I believe the Lord had asked me to honor that invitation at the time. And while I was there, I asked for extension. They were gracious and said, Pastor, this is the last extension. Nothing more after this. And but God came through for us. The members, we sold barbecue, the chicken, sell everything that could be sold. A wonderful fundraising team, wonderful members. We raised some money, but we're still short of about 100,000 EC dollars plus, which was about 40,000 US dollars. Reach out to so many of my friends and partners overseas. We need some help. We, you know, want to borrow some money. The banks obviously wouldn't give us any loan here in Grenada because it's difficult to give churches loan because, you know, people leave church and all of that. Who's going to be responsible? And just a day before our deadline, I got a call from a friend in the United States, and he's like, Pastor Happy, this is between you, me, and God. My wife doesn't know this. My daughter doesn't know this, but I want to loan you 40,000 US dollars so you can meet your deadline tomorrow. Brother Gordon, I wasn't sure if to jump up, if to start crying.
I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling.
I wasn't sure if to roll on the floor.
Yes.
My wife is all tearing up now. She's crying and all of that, and we just can't believe it. God came through for us. The money was wired. Of course, I notified the bank, so there'll be no red tapes. Everything will be all cleared, and so we can be able to meet our deadline. And I called the Supreme Court the day of our deadline to say we are on our way to drop off the check for you guys. And God came through. The members are messaging me, and Pastor, did God come through? Because people are praying and giving and pouring in, and I didn't say anything until I walked into church on Sunday. You could see the atmosphere was a lot of anticipation. Yes. Did we lose our money, our down payment, and what's happening? And until after worship, I came up and I'm like, do you know what is in my hand? And I wish the cameraman had captured show the whole congregation, but we had one camera at the time, so he was focusing on those on the stage, the worship team behind me, and you can literally see people jumping up like they were going to touch the ceiling, you know?
Right.
And when I announced that God came through for us, and that's the testimony behind that, and we're encouraging people today. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how bad things are. God, we all have the saying, He's always on time.
I said that this morning on the program.
Wow.
Yeah, someone sent me that this morning. I have some wonderful folks who usually send me quotations and so forth. Once, let me read this to you.
Sure.
That's confirmation, all right?
Yeah.
Listen to this. All right, connect everyone directly to God. The same Holy Spirit who is sustaining our lives currently knows everyone's mind, heart, and, well, everything. So whenever anyone is ready to turn to God and enter into His kingdom, God is ready to. But that is not the actual one. Okay. Where is it? This one. All right, I think.
Okay.
No, where is it? I read it out this morning.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe it was from a different. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think it's this.
Okay.
Right, yes. Okay, don't run ahead of God. Let Him direct your steps. He has plans and He has His time. God's clock is never early nor late. It always strikes right on time.
Wow, that's so beautiful. You know, Brother Gordon, as you read that, and I just thought about what the person wrote on top. Don't run ahead of God.
Yeah.
He always directs your path.
Yes.
And I believe that God directed our path to the Life Transformation Center, to the Old Ken Mill, because there were two lands we were pursuing. One of them, I had a dream that there was a fight broke out and somebody got hit with a stone, and of course, you know, and there were two, like it was a cemetery over there. So when I woke up, I'm like, not that land. That's not a good dream.
Yeah.
And only to find out that that land actually have a cemetery, like you know, tomb on that land, you know. And I'm like, that's not it. So, but the Old Ken Mill now, for that land, I dreamed that we went there. We had like a groundbreaking ceremony, and when we broke the ground, Pastor Norris Cox, he was one of the persons I made out in the dream. I knew the church members were there, but there were a lot of fruits like grapes and things on the land. So when I woke up, I'm like, that land is going to be fruitful. That seems like the right land. And when we went for the groundbreaking ceremony, without anybody arranging it, Pastor Norris Cox was the person who dug the ground to break the ground, and we anointed the ground. The dream came back to me. So I don't believe that we were there by chance. I believe that we're there by God's design, and it's the will of God. And just yesterday, one of you watch our, not yesterday, Sunday, if you watch our Facebook Live, one of the visitors said she didn't know when the church was going to be dedicated. I think she said she had a dream, and in the dream she discovered that the church was going to be dedicated on the 19th of November.
Wow.
That's a first-time visitor.
Yeah.
So what am I trying to say is it's not just having a good idea, but having a God idea.
Yeah. Don't go ahead of Him.
Don't go ahead of Him. You must be in the will of God. And if it's His will, then it's His bill. If it's His vision, then it's His provision. So God is not going to pay the bill if it's not His will. Now we're building a church, and where we are today, we're not owing the bank anything. So we are very grateful. So there's no pressure on the members. When we move in, by God's grace, God is helping us. There's no pressure because God has been provided. The ministry, the building in Carrico is debt-free. What we have in Peter Martinique, we haven't finished, is debt-free. Grenada also, you know, it's a very expensive building, and it's debt-free also.
Wow.
So we are very grateful. When God speaks, He's going to back up His word. So if you go and build in a place that God have not asked you to build, then you have to build it.
That's your bill. Yes. Yeah. That was His vision.
Yeah. So and we really thank Him for the timing and for everything.
Okay. All right. So I just want you to remind the folks and invite everyone to come on out to that grand opening.
Yes. Just want to remind you, it's this Sunday, 4 p.m. at the Old Ken Mill. You may not know where the Old Ken Mill is. The younger folks may not know, but the older ones would know where the Old King Mill is. But if you're coming from the prison Richmond Hill and you get to you pass through Monjel, you get to the nursery where they sell the flowers on your right-hand side. Yeah. So it's either you take two roads, the one going down the cliff to the right and to the left is going to take you into Marion. So the Nagma building is in the middle. So you take the left going down to Marion, you pass the Catholic Church on your left. There's a satellite this right there, the Catholic Church, and then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth building on your left is just around the corner.
But they wouldn't miss it anyway. So it's like the light on the hill.
Yes, you definitely won't miss it. And it's 4 p.m. I encourage you to come a little bit earlier so that way you get sitting. And we look forward to having a grand time. We have folks coming in from the U.S. We have folks coming in from Carriacou, from Peter Martinique Church, and people in Grenada. And we're going to be having a grand time by God's special grace.
Any of my friends that came with you a couple of weeks ago, are they coming back?
Let me see. They were supposed to be, but it was short notice, and they already have a trip planned. But they're gonna come after the grand opening. But I'm not sure you met Dr. Tyler, the medical missions team.
No, I didn't.
So okay, they're also gonna be here, and by March, I think from the 6th to the 13th, they're bringing a group of almost 50 medical personnel.
Okay, wow.
To be a blessing to Grenada.
Oh my goodness, a whole lot.
Yeah, talking about eye doctors, general physicians, ER doctors, OGBYN, and a lot of services.
So everything will be done at the center.
Some will be done at the center. Some will be done at St. George's Baptist Church, and also I think in the countryside also.
I'm happy that you and Pastor Stanford Simon are teaming up.
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's a pleasure to partner with the kingdom. The kingdom is not divided. Everybody have their vision and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all about God. So we stay, work together and love the people of God and love everyone.
Pastor Happy, carry my love to your congregation and see you on Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Folks,
I appreciate it.
Make it a must. Be there 4 o'clock on Sunday at the Life Transforming Center. Yes. That's Marian Mangelou.
Yes.
You'll find it. It's you can't miss it. Yeah. All right, so make it a must and be there and be a part of this wonderful initiative. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
With ever-rising energy costs, Southern Electrical can provide you with affordable, complete solar systems for your home or business. Reduce your utility bill to zero. Have power independence. Go green by harnessing the free energy that sunlight provides in our warm, sunny, tropical climate. We supply off-grid solar systems which are great for remote areas without utility power, as well as grid-tied and hybrid systems. We can customize your system to your needs, ranging from 1.5 kilowatts to 1 megawatt systems. Start saving today so that you can have extra money to go on family vacations, do home renovations, or further invest in renewable energy to generate electricity for income.
My name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
box we say, yeah. GBN we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say. We'll be jamming here on a Thursday.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
On this episode of Caribbean Passport TV, we travel to St. Kitts and Nevis, visit a cocoa estate in Trinidad and Tobago, and listen to some steel pan music. And then we'll wind down with some paintings, right here on this station.
My name is Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 16 minutes away from, not 16, but 19 minutes away, rather. 19 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and we do have that opportunity to have a conversation. What would you like to talk about? Well, it has been announced that the 4th of December will be Budget Day, and are you looking forward to that? What are some of the things you'd like to see happening in Budget Day, in the budget? Not in Budget Day, but what are some of the things you'd like to see in the budget from your area, from your constituency? If you want to talk about that, we can accommodate that. If there's anything pertinent that you'd like to raise, this is your opportunity. 435-2041, that's the number to call. Quickly, just looking at our Facebook page, we have quite a number. Hermon Jawair says, blessings, good morning everyone. Mildred Smith, good morning Mr. Gordon, and to the beautiful Trial and State, good morning. Yvonne Isaac, watching from New York, good morning. Madison Fillet, having young people do this practice parliamentary debate is precocious. They said this is to expose them to parliamentary procedures and to know how to voice concerns. Time and a season for everything. The Grenada debate are sufficient. Don't overdo it. Okay. Yulin Alexander says, good morning, Gordon. Good morning to everyone, all my family and friends, especially those in Upper Capital, St. Andrew. Blessings to all. Have a wonderful, safe day ahead, everyone. Let's go to the telephone line and say, good morning, caller.
Morning, sir. How are you doing?
I am alive and thankful. How are you?
A day. Well, this is maybe an alert for some, a warning for some. It's off topic. I'm not sure if people are aware of what has been happening in Trinidad for the last few weeks and over the last couple of days. But they have fallen to several cyber attacks, and that is outside of the TSTT major attack, even the health system. Some components of it has been compromised, and then you have the courts breach, among others. These are right on our doorsteps. Some So I think it is high time, if we haven't already, assessed our security posture, that we do so. Small companies, individuals, bigger companies, check your equipment, make sure they're properly configured, have a conversation with your employees. Phishing is still one of the main vectors used for delivery of ransomware. In Trinidad, I think one of the entities is being asked for over $7 million to at least get back access to the infrastructure. So this is serious time. It is right on our doorstep, and I think we need to take heed to these sort of things. Some equipment we may need to switch them out, but I think generally we need to start thinking security first, develop that culture. They say when your neighbor's house is on fire, where's yours? Well, it's the neighbor's plural house that is on fire. Bermuda is still, they still haven't completely recovered from their attack, and it's been over a month plus now. And then, there are others in other Caribbean territories. Now, we have fallen. Some entities here have been compromised, but I don't think we've seen the magnitude of what is happening in Trinidad. So people, wise up. I know some people don't like when they hear scams and hacks and all these things, but maybe when your money is gone, you would start seeing the seriousness to this entire thing. So have a good day. Grenada, be safe. And of course, if you need any help, assistance, the National Cybersecurity Incident Response Team, we are here to help. Give us a buzz, 423-2478. You want to chat with me, 414-7297. Let's help keep you safe.
Mr. Dabrio, in the future, right, when you call with such matters of importance, I would like you to identify yourself so that people know who they're speaking with. As a matter of fact, I'm booking you on a schedule. I want you to join me on the program on Wednesday morning. Is that possible? Wednesday coming?
Wednesday, let's have a conversation off air, so give me a buzz.
Definitely.
Or I can call you and we'll chat on it.
Yeah.
But for those who do not recognize the voice, I am calling in capacity as the coordinator, Jarvis Dabrio, coordinator of the Grenada National Cybersecurity Incident Response Team, an entity that exists within the Ministry of ICT here in Grenada that is tasked with keeping our people safe. Have a good one.
You too, bro. Have a good one yourself.
Right,
thank you. Good. In the day and age in which we live, it's important to be abreast, to keep abreast with this. It's so very important that we do that. 435-2041. Thank you again, Jarvis, for that bit of information. Very timely, very important. It is often said, when your neighbor's house is on fire, please wet yours. So let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. How are you, sir?
Not bad at all. And you, how are you?
I'm here and coping with the weather. You got to go about doing what you have to do.
Is it raining up that side?
Of course.
Wow, okay.
But not profusely.
Okay, all right.
Heavily, I should say.
Yes, okay.
A little break in there. I just had to turn the roll in there a while ago.
Oh, wow, okay. All right, good.
Mr. Innocent.
Talk to me.
December 4th, as is been allocated our budget.
Uh-huh.
Now, I want us to put that in context. When you say a budget is an estimate of income and expenditure for a specific period. But here it's an estimate of income and expenditure. So it means that the priority here is income. So you must have or generate, or in the process, or the operation or the modus operandi is to generate income so you can spend. So it's not a question of what you want to see done or what you have done. The priority should be, do we have the money to get what we want to see done? That's the priority. So the essence of a healthy budget is to have responsible technocrats, and two, people in that sphere where that budget is being implemented or read or estimated, whatever, The people in there must be conscious that you have to be productive.
Okay.
So you could generate the finances within the activity of that sphere or that specific period so that we can see what we want done or have what we want done. We have to get that clear. It's not that the government have a budget for whatever period. In this case, we're talking about 2024. And then we have to get that done, or we want this done, or we want here done, or we want they done, or they should do that, they do that. In the first instance, the government have to have the resources necessary to do that. And that comes from the population. Right, boss?
Okay. Thank you very much.
We have to understand that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. Have a great one.
One lambi roti coming up. All right. Okay. 435-2041. That's the number to call to get in on the conversation. Thank you, caller. Agnes Dowden says, good morning to everyone. Mr. Innocent, you had me cracking up on Saturday morning. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Oswin Lewis, good morning, my friends in Grenada, watching from New York. Well, thank you for watching us. Good morning, caller.
Morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, and how are you today?
I am alive and thankful and working hard.
Well, bless up. What I would like to see happen is a major development and road project in Grenada, especially the main road around Suckling around the coast from St. David's back around and over the Granite Canal. Roads and drainage. We need a serious and major road maintenance, development, or whatever. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you so much. 435-2041. That's the number. Madison Fillet says, too many pastors and religions popping up all over the place. God is a business these days. The pastor is just rhyming everything he says too smoothly. Seems to be another smooth operator in the business of making money in the name of God and religion. Okay, let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Morning, how are you doing today?
I am alive and thankful. Welcome.
My friend, to whom it may concern, I am not perfect, and I don't know everything in life. And of course, as human, I can make mistakes. But for an individual to accuse me, you're so incorrect, because I have been on the different radio stations for quite some time, and no radio station have sued me, or nobody have sued me for any libel or any defamation or saying anything wrong. So your accusation about me yesterday, it is totally false, unacceptable, and you're lying about me. Because if I have said anything on any radio station, because this is not the first radio station I'm on different radio stations, right? And there's no radio station in Grenada or any law I could ever tell that they sue me and Marie for saying anything that is lies, anything that is wrong, and anything that is slanderous. So to give that impression that I'm that kind of person, you are lying on me, and it's just because you can't prove that I've got any lawsuit. I try to be respectful, because I don't know what it is people that say disrespectful. You say something, like for instance, I remember in Gary days you used to say hot and sweaty. I said I have zero tolerance for any persons who's hot and sweaty, Johnny come lately, opportunist, idiot. Embarrass me. I didn't call anybody any name. I never accused anybody. People have to listen to hear what I have to say. People always say or accusing people of being disrespectful. They don't know what the meaning of disrespectful, you know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? People take things out of context. If I say certain things and it fall in your pot and you find that suits you, you are that person, so be it. But I have not called anybody name or say anything. But again, if I have never been sued of the radio station that I've been on for the longest while, so don't come out and say those wrong things about me.
Okay.
Because nobody have never sued me. I try my best to choose my words. I'm not always perfect because I'm a human being.
Okay.
But don't say those things about me, because nobody never sue me.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. All right. It's 7 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
what the last caller said. Anyway, I will not go there. According to the former leader, I don't go there. Anyway, I want to congratulate the government of Belize for being brave. Although earlier this year they did something that I criticized them when they allowed the U.S. to bulldoze them into accepting somebody from Guantanamo. Again, to be sure the people of the Belize. But I think they are not very courageous in the stand they take, and they must be commended. It's unfortunate that other governments in the Caribbean are not as brave, and maybe we could even say moral, to take a stand when it comes to the destruction of so many lives in Palestine. And while on that, I want to invite people to a march on Monday, starting at 9 o'clock from Cameron Park to the U.S. Embassy. This will show our support for the people there. I mean, it's their turn. Sometime in the future, near future, it could be our turn. Okay. And we can't say, well, this far away and these people are not our people. All human beings are our people. And we have to stand in solidarity. There was a German pastor that says, when they came for the communists, I didn't know anything. When they came for the labor union, I didn't compare. When they came for the others, I didn't do anything. When they came for me, there was no one to stand up for me because I didn't do anything when I should. Okay. In fact, there's a scripture that says, when I was hungry, you didn't do me that, and when I was naked and so on. So we need to stand up. Okay. But I really want to congratulate the Belize government on that bold stand. Okay. More governments in the Caribbean need to do that.
Thank you.
We should not be under the cloak of cowardice. Thanks.
Thank you, caller. Mm-hmm. All right, 4 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take our final commercial break and then we come back with the wrap. Don't you go anywhere.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users.
Welcome back to the final moments of the program this morning. I want to read a couple of the comments on our WhatsApp platform before I leave. This gentleman or lady says, "Good morning, innocent." Okay, someone Okay. Oh, now he's saying, in essence, the story is Keith, Clarice, and Peter are all obstructionists. They don't want to see the young people of Grenada succeed. They are obsessed with power. They had no opposition in the past, and so they are giving the NDC young government a hard time. Bye-bye, NNP. Thanks. Okay, bro. Hope you're doing fine. Someone says, "Good morning. Kindly remind the owners of animals on the loose in the plains and surrounding areas that they should tie them. In the interest of food security, they should tie them now. Farmers are planting, and it is not fair to them. Okay, tie your animals, please, or else you might just lose them." Folks, this is where we've got to wrap the program up this morning. And all right, Heather says, "I am unable to receive K105 on Google as I usually do. Is there a problem from GBN end or Flow or my phone? It's working for other things." From Heather. Heather, I don't know. I'm gonna check and see if we have. I don't think so, because we're getting correspondences. But folks, I've got to wrap it up now. It's time for me to join the BBC. Thank you for being a part of the program, and have a blessed day. I love you. Bye-bye.